Strap in, ladies and gentlemen, because we just rewound the clock to 1991. Tonight, inside the rebuilt Metrodome, 12 of the biggest and baddest names in the monster truck industry are about to throw down. We've got First Blood, Invader, Big Boss, the Savage Predator, and the one-man wrecking crew Rambo. But don't blink, because Excalibur, Black Stallion, Kodiak, Mr. Twister, Barefoot, Ecology Eliminator, and the Big Blue Legend out of Missouri, Bigfoot, are rolling in hot. 12 giants, one dome, no mercy. This is Monster Mania 1991. So grab your popcorn, crank up the volume, and get ready for full throttle carnage. We got Big Boss and Invader on the line right now. They're lined up, ready to go green to kick off the show here at the Metrodome, and they're off, and Big Boss with a demanding lead over Invader. Big Boss is going to get across the line first. Something going on with the Invader truck. And Big Boss is going to be moving on to the next round here in the Metrodome. Tough luck for the Invader truck as he's going to end up going back to the pits. Our next round of round number one here from Minnesota Monster Mania 1991. We've got this big black Chevrolet known as Rambo. Red, white, and blue, almost as patriotic as it gets, but you also have that big bad blue Ford out of St. Louis, Missouri that started it all. Bigfoot in that far left lane. This is a Ford versus Chevrolet showdown. Two absolute heavy hitters going head to head here at the Metrodome. Waiting on our officials to get both trucks lined up on the starting line here before we give them the green light to go racing. Rambo is on the converter, ready to go. And Rambo with the absolute hole shot, leaving Bigfoot behind and absolutely in the dust. Not sure what was going on with the Bigfoot truck, but Rambo is going to be moving on to the next round. Tough luck for Bigfoot, as that is always the truck everyone comes out to these events and wants to beat. But Bigfoot is getting put on the trailer early here in Minneapolis. Our next round, we have got two big black monsters ready to do battle. You've got Excalibur taking on Black Stallion, another Ford versus Chevrolet showdown. My question to you that are watching this video right now, who do you guys think is going to come on top? If you have any kind of brand loyalty, unfortunately we do not have any. And for any of you Mopar fans that we may have in the audience, we do not have any Dodges here tonight. It is all blue oval and bow tie, ready to do battle here. Which brand is going to come out superior here at the Metrodome here in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Excalibur and Black Stallion are on the line. They are on the converter. They are ready to go. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be the Ford or the Chevy? Excalibur picks the front wheels off the ground and soars across the finish line, putting Black Stallion on the trailer. Excalibur and Rambo showing that they are on absolute kill here tonight at the Metrodome. And as you guys can kind of see in the corner, we have a little treat for you later on this evening for all the stacked cars, but we got another round here. We got Ecology Eliminator taking on Mr. Twister. And Mr. Twister with enough torque picking the front wheels off the ground, getting a little cattywampus across the cars, but Mr. Twister is going to come down a little sideways. Unfortunately, beats that right rear tire. Not a hard fix to fix once they get in the back. Mr. Twister is actually the only rear engine truck that we have going on this evening. With the amount of torque and with no weight in the front, relatively easy to pick the front wheels off of that big Ford truck there. And we're moving on to round number two. In our first round here, round number two is going to be First Blood taking on Big Boss. You saw Big Boss gave absolutely zero mercy to Invader in round number one. Will he be able to do the same with First Blood? As the Ford versus Ford showdown, and First Blood with a hole shot ahead by easily a truck, and First Blood is going to send Big Boss packing. First Blood is going to be moving on to the next round, and that is going to cut Big Boss's night short, putting him back on the trailer. Speaking of heavy hitters, we've got Rambo coming back to the line. As you saw from his earlier renditions in that round, he was flying across those cars, but he's got a tall order against him. He knocked out the big bad blue Ford out of Missouri, Bigfoot, He's got another legend in that lane. Old Alan Pizzo's Predator. Lining up in that next round. Does Predator have anything for the patriotic madman, Rambo? Both trucks are on the line and on the converter, ready to do battle. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be Predator in the left lane? Or will it be Rambo in the right lane? Both trucks got the green light, they're good to go. Rambo flying again across those cars. Predator getting caught up on that yellow crush car for some reason. In that left lane, and that's going to end Predator's night. Rambo is going to be moving on to the next round. So far, a very, very good showing from that black, red, white, and blue Chevrolet known as Rambo. I'd be a little bit nervous if I was lining up next to that truck at all this evening. So we're going to try and get that yellow car fixed real quick, and we're going to move on to our next round. Coming to line, another all Chevrolet showdown. You've got the beautiful Kodiak in the near lane, taking on the madman known as Excalibur. Who is going to come out on top of this round? You've got Excalibur in the left lane, Kodiak in the near lane. Both trucks are inching on the line. Kodiak on the converter, ready to do battle and ready to go. Thumbs up by the officials, and they're good. We're good to go. Excalibur, little Kenny Williams gets caught up, stuffs the front end of that truck, rips the right front tire off, wins the race, but unfortunately completely ripped the tire off of that black Chevrolet truck. Unfortunately, that's going to end Excalibur's night this evening, so Kodiak will be moving on to the next round. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Barefoot in the right lane. Another Ford versus Chevrolet showdown here. And round 2 of racing. We're able to clean up the mess of Excalibur, kind of get him shoved to the back of the arena, the stadium floor. Obviously, he took a bit of a tumble, completely ripped that right front corner off. Surprisingly enough, no body damage to that truck whatsoever. We are able to go back and look at the replay that race. Not a single body hit the concrete of the floor, so just a little bit of mechanical issues on the axle, assembly on that truck. We'll get fixed, no problem. Seems like, speaking of problems, it looks like Barefoot's having some issues with the shift linkage, trying to get him lined up on the line. Meanwhile, Mr. Twister's on the converter. He's lined up, ready to go. Looks like we got the thumbs up from our tech official. We're ready to do battle. Ford, Mr. Twister in the left lane. Chevrolet, Barefoot in the right lane. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to be moving on to the semifinals? It's going to be Ford or Chevrolet, and they're on with Mr. Twister again with another hole shot. Mr. Twister moving on to the next round. And these are our final 4 for our racing competition this evening. First Blood and Rambo in Kodiak and Mr. Twister. Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only do we have monster truck racing, but we have something a little bit special. We have a stunt jump for you guys this evening. We're going to take this poor yellow Moonhawk and we are going to send it to its maker. Coming out of the tunnel, full throttle, roughly around 55, 60 miles an hour, up over the jump and into the smash car on top of the van stack. We have a different camera angle. We're going to go through the driver's point of view as he's coming out the tunnel, trying to get aimed nice and perfectly and up and into the smash set of cars. But driver's point of view isn't good enough. Why don't we go from the victim car's point of view? We have a camera. We might not get our deposit back on, but we actually set it up in the passenger seat. As you can see, the little yellow banana car coming up and right into the driver's side door, smashing it all to bits. So what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna make sure that our stunt driver is A-okay. Gonna clean up the mess a little bit here, and then ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, semifinals of racing. Baddest names in the monster truck industry, and we are down to the final four. Our first matchup here in our semifinals. Both semifinal rounds is actually a Ford versus Chevrolet matchup, so it might be an all Ford or an all Chevrolet final. We have got First Blood in the left lane, taking on Rambo in the near lane. Rambo has been on one heck of a mean streak all night long. Will he be able to keep it up and move on to the final round? Both drivers got the thumbs up from the official and they go green. Rambo soaring across the cars, leaving absolutely no room for error. Slight puncture on the left front tire. Luckily we got plenty of spares in the back. But Rambo will be moving on to the final round. Who will be facing off with? Is it going to be Mr. Twister or Kodiak? Mr. Twister with a little bit of a wheelie on the line, and Mr. Twister by a truck is going to put Kodiak back in the pits. Ladies and gentlemen, your final matchup is a Ford versus Chevrolet matchup. It's going to be Rambo taking on Mr. Twister. And as you can see, Mr. Twister is coming up to the pits and taunting Rambo. I don't know if I'd be doing that. Looking back at the times and looking at some of the footage, Rambo has been running some of the best and fastest times that we have had all night long. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we started with 12 of the biggest and baddest names in the monster truck industry from yesteryear here in the Metrodome. And it all boils down to this. Rambo in the right lane. Mr. Twister in the left lane. This is a rivalry as old as time. Bow tie versus oval. Ford versus Chevrolet. Who is going to come out on top here at Minnesota Monster Mania 1991? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Because here they go. Rambo, little Kenny Wampus, Rambo with the lead. Rambo gets the win. Too much, both trucks up and over and into the stands. I don't know who parked their cars here at the end of the arena, but unfortunately, there's nothing left of those poor moonbucks. We're gonna go to the replay here. As you can see, Mr. Twister has been lifting the front tires off that truck all night long. Rambo trying to get a little squared away with the crush cars. Relatively close race, but when that rear end comes down on Rambo, he mashed on the brakes. Too much momentum going into the stands. As you can see in the background, Mr. Twister is already having a bad bounce up and over. Both trucks cartwheeling and rolling up into the stands. Unfortunate ending for both trucks, but ladies and gentlemen, that's what this is all about. This is Beam Motorsports, and we say it all the time. This is where racing matters, and as you saw from both of our drivers and competitors, they put it all out on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner this evening for 1991 Minnesota Monster Mania is going to be Rambo. But I think we all can agree, you fans are the true winners here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking out this video. If you guys want to check out all these mods, all these different skins, be sure to head over to BeamNG.drive, where racing matters. I was Austin Spence, your commentator this evening. We'll see you guys in the next one.